Yeah, we'll check it next hour. I'm sure it...
We'll feel one of those clots.
Technically, we did that last hour.
Wow, we've really progressed.
Yeah, well, it's just we happened to go over. It's because we had three non-clues that progressed time by 40 minutes.
That's a toilet. Oh no, he's going to...
Sometimes he just needs to go.
Well, while we're in here, I still have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be a reference.
Reference to what? Another time where you found a razor in the bin? Like...
No, like to something else, like I don't know, like
game?
a game or something. But I cannot work out what that would be. What would be out?
That is such that was a very oblique reference for a game like this to be dropping. Right?
Yeah, true. Well, it might be a bad translation.
Just one for the fans. Okay. This fellow hasn't got the guts to get what he wants. Ooh, bold. Yeah, we've done that one. Did he actually say, though?
See, he's very much casting suspicion on other people, but he's not like...
Weapon?
He doesn't know anyone, so it's problematic.
So he says... Does he say he saw them with a knife or something?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, Tom had a large knife in his hands. So that's where the plot comes from.
Yeah, it's probably a birthday cake knife or something.
He was chopping. He was in the kitchen.
Where did you see all this go down? Yes, in the kitchen.
It's in the kitchen.
Oh, that suddenly it's not quite as menacing.
He was just slicing it into bits. It was actually... He offered me a slice. That murderer.
I don't trust him. It was a nice orange, though.
The poor thing. She never recovered. I don't know her. You don't know. I never knew the woman. She never recovered. I heard she never recovered from someone else. Okay. That was it. I'm going to give a little patrol. Just to see if there's any items. Little item patrol.
Oh, item patrol.
One day we might get in the kitchen, do you reckon?
Oh no, never.
Never in the kitchen.
Well, we've got to solve this mystery by, like, the end of this trip.
Where'd this guy go?
He's busy.
They're all on, like, another... There's, like, another half to this ship or something.
There's an invert version of this ship. It's in Silent Hill. It's where they all hang out.
Tom, tell me about your ambition.
Tell me about your ambition. Oh, what a good question.
Pitch me something. It's true that I'm ambitious, but this is not enough to make a person guilty.
Okay, so that's suddenly added a spin to the idea that this is an interrogation that is actually a real interrogation, whereas all the rest of the questions have not indicated that at all.
No. Yeah, that made him sound really defensive in a way that he hasn't really been defensive so far. He's just sort of been like, you're just asking me about some random crap, which is what we're doing.
It's just all small talk all the time.
Okay. We need to fill this out. Like, what's going on with him? Various prescription. I don't know anything about this.
Okay, and then it's just Agnes.
This was very serious. I don't think that Nicholas ever held out much hope, but he still put her up at his house to take care of her. After all, she was his only family. Apart from his wife and daughters.
No, only family. Look, everything everyone says is fact.
Yes.
Accommodation at Nicholas's.
How would you rate the accommodation at Nicholas's? Can I come? Niklas put up his aunt during several months, taking attentive care of her, but the poor lady didn't outlive her illness, because he was poisoning her. Oh, we've got some stuff expanding for Agnes. Right. Agnes left a very large fortune and a surprising will.
Oh, I see.
Agnes's will. This is feeling like an interrogation now. Poking away, unlocking new things. Oh. I don't know much about this, Inspector. Why do you ask? Does it...
Don't know anything about the will.
Could it be important? No. Okay.
That feels like that's going to jump. That feels like that's going to jump some time.
The will? No.
Oh.
Tom never jumps time.
He never gives you anything important.
That will surely is going to be useful to know about.
Well, if she left a large fortune,
Yeah.
Niklas and the thingy came into a large amount of money.
No one's suspicious about this at all. It gives motive, right? For why
It does give motive.
he might be killed if he killed Agnes. If he murdered Agnes.
But then who would kill... So Daphne or...
Dick.
Or Dick, I guess, but Dick
Didn't
thought
know
he
her.
didn't know anyone.
I don't know her.
Yeah, but he also knew her. She didn't outlive her illness.
This is literally, you could apply that sentence to half of those characters. He didn't know her, but he knew her.
Yeah, pretty much. It's very difficult.
When these people exist in, like, Schrodinger's relationship. Like, I'm not sure if I do know her. Maybe I do know her, maybe I don't know
This
her.
does feel like a bit more of a main lead than some of the other stuff, though, because we're finding out what Niklas did, as opposed to... Because before, it was just Niklas's... apparently a hard ass, but not like a...
Yeah.
Nobody really had any motive.
What a horrible long note. Okay. Good to watch him pumping iron again for a bit. Tell me about Agnes. The master was at the beck and call of his aunt. He did everything possible to make her stay at the manor pleasant. Alas, despite his efforts, her ladyship succumbed to the illness. The master cared very much for his aunt and suffered deeply after her death.
Did you actually do the illness one?
I will, but I thought I did, but I don't know. I don't know anything about this. No one knows anything about this. The master's aunt was very ill. As the master, he felt she would be better cared for at his manor, rather than a hospital with medical facilities. The master proposed that his aunt stay with him. As she was living alone at the time, she readily accepted.
That not unlock anything.
It didn't unlock anything, but it's still super suspicious.
Yeah, that is real suspicious.
I mean, he's saying it's an act of kindness. I'm saying he's not a doctor. And we're definitely not a doctor.
Yeah, well, we can't read.
We can't read a prescription with words
We can't
written.
read medicines.
Prescription? I don't... Oh, we had that, didn't we? So...
Yeah, I think we've talked to him about
Okay, so
everything but the ambition, I think. Everything but Tom's ambition.
Don't believe what you see, Inspector. This is just Mr. Logan's facade. Underneath it all, I think he's weak.
Interesting.
We didn't get Tom's weakness. Okay. Yeah, that was interesting. That's an insight into Tom we haven't had before.
Well, I think Dick also kind of was like, I don't believe he can.
Oh yeah, he won't go through with it.
He won't go through with what he wants. He won't do what he needs to get what he wants.
Yeah, he hasn't got the guts. He's not a murderer, even though I'm accusing him of murder with a knife.
That's interesting, actually. Yeah, he is saying that, isn't he? He's saying he wouldn't do it.
But he's also providing us with the information that suggests he did it.
Yeah, but Dick's mental, as is everyone. It's difficult to know.
Tom gave us all the Agnes stuff, didn't he?
Yeah. So I think the next port of call would be like back round the top, talk to people about all the Agnes stuff.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a quick look in these rooms. You reckon we never see another person in this room again?
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, we're waiting for the trigger. Like, the portholes are there, you know, so that we can look through them at one point in the story, like at 2 o'clock or something.
Oh, you think we're going to spy on someone through a porthole?
Well, I think that's what they're there for, isn't it? That's what there's all linking to when he
yeah, I mean,
he uses them. It's just, it's annoying. It's stuff like that. Like, it feels like, yeah, it's going to be something like that at some point. I expect that'll be later though. Not like I actually know when it will happen / if it will happen.
Well, let's see.
Like, do you remember anything about looking through a porthole?
No. I remember opening one and finding it funny. But I'm a very simple guy with very simple needs. Yep, she never recovered. Oh, it didn't go without problem. The old Signora wanted to stay home. Uh-oh. But as El Signor Karaboudjan insisted, she ended up by accepting. Alas, Agnes passed away lately, and Daphne is very sad. So, she didn't want to go. That lying Hector or that lying Julio. Why
would Julio lie? He doesn't.
He doesn't have any stakes in this at all.
He doesn't have literally no stakes. He has no reason to lie in any way.
Unless he's the murderer.
Julio is the person I least think is the murderer.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, he doesn't seem capable. So, yeah. So we had that bit, didn't we? That was that long one. Then the death.
If he murdered someone, it was by accident.
He hit them with his car. Agnes was suffering from a very serious illness. I know not.
Such a weird animation.
Thank you. That just leaves Father Fabiani and Suzanne, right?
Yeah.
We'll do a little patrol-y.
So a little roundabout.
Yeah, a little walk round the boards. See if there's anyone new who might want to talk to us about Agnes. And a whole bunch of other stuff.
That was Tom's room, wasn't it? That's the captain's room.
Yeah.
Well, we know where Tom is, which is why we can't go in.
Yeah, but there's another person that sleeps in that room. That
we
haven't
Rose.
Seen the whole time.
She doesn't exist. She's not real.
We haven't seen Rose. We haven't seen Daphne, and we haven't seen Rebecca.
We have seen Daphne.
Oh, hang on. No. Just walk straight past Fabiani.
Oh, all the way through. You're going to the next place.
If you click, it doesn't let you take it back. He's like, no, I'm going. You told me to go. I'm going.
What is an input buffer?
Raoul is an input buffer. Right. We better knock on this door. Yeah. Yeah. Take that, Raoul. Right. You're a father. You'll know about death and wills.
You just know everything about wills automatically. It's very useful.
When Agnes fell ill, Nicholas let her stay at his house to take care of her. Alas, God called for her. Agnes left us 3 months ago, leaving behind the entire fortune of the Karaboudjan family.
Okay, so he's rich recently then.
That's interesting, yeah, so... A huge fortune, Inspector. She willed almost all of it to her son, an illegitimate child. The rest went to Daphne.
So all of it went to Dick?
Yeah. Huh. Dick. I believe we're about to find some stuff out about you.
Finally. Did you do, did you do illness? Did you do accommodation? Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
God called for her. At Nicholas's house. Oh, a tragic error of youth, Inspector, as so many of us have suffered from. Agnes was 20 years old. She was a beautiful young girl. How do you know? Whoa, cutscene! One day she decided to take piano lessons. The piano teacher was a young and handsome man. And what had to happen, happened. This created a family scandal. Agnes's father threw the bold youngster out of his house and locked up his daughter. Oh, I love this. I love this run. Look how fast he's run, his hat's fallen off. And shot up into the air. Is that the scandalous piano man?
That is it. It must be.
And who's that guy?
That's got to be the father.
Yeah. He looks furious. Okay.
He's got no feet.
But the worst was done, and 9 months later he's got no feet. Yes, her dad was from Fire Emblem. And 9 months later, the fruit of this union was born. The latter was placed into an orphanage, and Agnes, sick with chagrin, shut herself away in a convent. There you are, Inspector. This is Agnes's sad story. Agnes's son grew up, and it was only recently that we came upon his trail. His name is Mr. Schmock. Dick Schmock.
Dun dun dun.
But none of us know him, and couldn't have provided that information earlier. Yeah.
So, okay.
Dun 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 indeed.
So that was all the Agnes things.
That was pretty wild, that cutscene.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere.
We got some. He smacked us with some exposition, like
unexpected exposition that we will very carefully never click on again.
You don't want to hear it again?
No, I got what I needed. I think. Okay, thanks.
Oh God. Oh. Okay. I thought it was gonna lock me in.
Yeah, I was worried it would do that.
Was that everything?
I think so, but that was big.
Yeah, that was big. And I think on that note, I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, that is fair. That was a wild ride towards the end.
It's getting curious, isn't it? We've left the... See, this is why it's so funny. You know, you don't realise it, but it pays off like tenfold every time you see it.
Well, maybe you can check through all the portholes and then
Look, it's closed.
See if you can open them. Yeah, I know.
Look. What an idiot that man is. Anyway, let's call it a day.